Hey folks, good afternoon. And we've got a bit of an interesting article that suddenly dropped into the whole news feed for crypto. And I've done a little bit of research to try and see if I can back any of this up through Interpol, but there's no warrants on Interpol. There's nothing showing up on the Montenegro kind of police databases or anything like that. So do take something like this with a pinch of salt. But this is actually really interesting to see this land today because of the video that I had prepared for the community. And I thought it was quite an interesting kind of thing that I've taken notice of. And it's simply just looking at everything on a broader perspective, taking a step back and thinking, hold up a minute, this all seems very interlinked. It all kind of seems like we're being led down a path that we feel like we've got freedom. We feel like we're making choices, but realistically, we're not. And I'm kind of starting to see and digest this. So this first kind of hit me yesterday when I was going through, I was doing this video, I was reading up on Alliance and trying to understand specifically how we will become an Alliance asset, how that works, how you go about doing something like that. And I think it's really important for people to understand what's being said in here. And it's basically, they're explaining exactly how an asset will work and what you would need to do for it to be an asset. And they give a really good description. And the description itself, it speaks of a kind of second asset and they call it Alliance 1. And that second asset being the asset used for the Alliance proposals, right? So we would want some kind of really like smart asset. We would want something intelligent, right? We want something that can think for itself. We would really want to, take advantage of this situation where we can stake on other chains without being part of another chain. But there comes that security risk, which I've raised, and now having this situation, which I solely believe there's something interlinked with all of this, but just because of the simple fact that we're going to need an extra asset, it seems, to act as a bridge. And there's a lot of people who are currently wondering, what this whole article is about, if this is leading to another coin.
No, God!
And the more I read it, the more it says side blockchain. I'm doing the bunny fingers. It says side blockchain, but this is just, it's a new blockchain. As you can label it however you want, you are generating a new blockchain. And this blockchain is supposed to be based around artificial intelligence. It's supposed to work in a very intelligent manner. And Ed's wanting to follow this, pretty much flipping the script. Instead of doing what he was doing, he's just going to follow this now. And I honestly believe this could have something to do with the Alliance module, because Ed's developing a sidechain and he wants to use this sidechain, right, to innovate on LUNC's future and make things better for LUNC. I have my own problems with building a chain to fix a chain, just seems contradictory in itself. But if this chain's being built to act as a bridge between LUNC and Alliance, then it's kind of something to pay attention to. So another thing that I've noticed is Jared from TFL is behind Alliance quite a lot. He's doing a lot of the stuff. And suddenly now you're seeing tweets coming from Tobias saying, almost at parity on FCD, I must admit I am starting to enjoy collaborating with Jared and his crew. And for me, this seems like we're being warmed up to the idea of working with Luna. And a lot of people are going to sit and they're going to say today, well, this doesn't affect us because we're not part of Luna. But the thing is, I think we're walking a path where we're very closely tied into this ecosystem. And because from what you can see, clear kind of, messages showing that we are being interlinked, maybe this does affect us. As much as we want to sit there, we want to act like Dokwon being arrested, if he has been arrested, is not going to affect us. I think it is. And I think now's the time for us to kind of start to question things, especially in this article where it throws USTC under the bus, says about all of the issues with it, and then speaks about at the end, making an attempt to save USTC and all of these different things. Is so confusing for everybody right now, because the way most people are going to see this is a new chain. as much as you want to call it a side chain, an intelligent chain, a blockchain, an up chain, a down chain.
Calm down.
It's a blockchain nonetheless. You're creating a brand new blockchain. So I honestly believe there's some kind of interlink connection going on in the background, which none of us, can control. None of us have got an idea of where this is all going. But from where I'm sitting, the bits of information that are being drip fed out, it just seems like we're walking a route that's already actually been pre-laid out for us. And the biggest issue is as much as we don't want to act this, power is being centralized in many places. And even if looking at the validators set, you've got around 80 validators that just don't vote, yet the power is very centralized to a certain set of validators, which just have the say and sway over the whole blockchain. It doesn't matter what a node like myself votes, because it's just going to get absolutely crumbled by all of the current nodes. So it really is, from where I'm sitting, very, very, very peculiar. And there's people who are going to say, well, you're just trying to put 2 and 2 together. And that's literally what I'm trying to do, because I see the interlinks here. I see that Ed's creating a new artificial intelligence blockchain. We're going to need a new coin to act as bridge between Luna and LUNC and the whole alliance system. Dokwon's been arrested. It's not looking good right now for the system. And like I said to people yesterday, as these next weeks and months unfold and transpire, I believe there's going to be more and more things that are going to hit on crypto and just try and shut it down, or just keep it from boiling over, from it exploding during especially a financial crisis. The last thing they want right now is people going to themselves, well, I'm just going to take all of my money out of my bank and put it on an exchange. That is the last thing the government wants, the banking sector wants, anybody wants, right? Because if you think about the banks that have collapsed so far, this is simply people trying to take their money that they fought out, which turns out is just magic internet money, which is what a lot of people in the financial sector call crypto. And, the table's kind of turning, it's kind of switching, but according to this post, it's unconfirmed. Go do some research, go have a look yourself. Maybe the arrest, because they'll have to make it public, they'll have to show the correct documentation. It says there was a red notice issued for the arrest of Kwon, but I just can't find this red notice. So it's all very interesting. A lot of people, no doubt there's going to be a lot of people talking about this today. A lot of people are currently wondering, what is going on with LUNC, especially after kind of this situation playing out. And something that I think a lot of people from the community have kind of forgotten is Ed started the whole grant scheme system. We've put a lot of money into Ed Kim. As much as he's put into the blockchain, we've also paid these developers to do things to, push the movement forward. But the tokenomics of the sidechain will be especially important to consider for LUNC. Sidechain, blockchain, it's both the same to me. You can label it how you want. I'm kind of starting to see through this, and I totally get, everybody's done stuff for the blockchain. We've all made commitments. We've all bled, right? But if LUNC is to have a future, keep pushing forward. This is not the kind of, movement we want. We don't want to keep getting to a fork in the road and just going, well, I'm going to go this way. You're going to go that way. He's going to go that way. And we're all going to make our own chains. And we'll see each other at the end. We've got to fund this stuff. It takes time away from our L1 development team. It's all food for thought. A lot to digest here this afternoon in this video. That's really all I've got for you guys right now. You can look through all of these articles. You can see the interlinks yourself about these special assets that you can create to act as a bridge between, LUNC. Any blockchain want to use an alliance, we would need a asset, right, to act as a bridge. Instead of risking LUNC, we could risk, this side chain or create a coin in itself, so to speak. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you're confused. Let me know if you totally understand what's going on, because it really does help the channel. It really helps me figure out what's going on and stuff like that. Other than that, I hope you're enjoying the new content. I hope you like the new layout. I hope you like the new format. And I will catch you in the next one. Just stay safe. Beware of scammers. Beware of doppelgangers. Beware of anybody pretending to be me.